Have you ever got back from holiday and the first thing that's entered your mind is, oh, I'm dreading getting on the scales? You're not alone because holidays, they can be bittersweet if you're trying to lose weight. Like you really want to go away and relax, but you can't get out of your head. What if I gain weight? What if it sends me off track? What if it undoes all my hard work? Now, what most people don't understand is it's not what you do on holiday that matters. It's actually what you do when you get back. And I'm going to share the main trap that most people fall into when they get back from holiday and explain how you can do things differently to help yourself stay on track and actually to help you enjoy your holidays more. So the problem is when we go on holiday, we often overindulge. So we might be eating more different types of food than we used to. We might be eating more than we used to. We might be drinking more. We might be lying on the beach more or less active. And often we gain weight. We might know we've gained weight. Our clothes feel tighter. We know that when we're going to step on the scales when we get back, it's going to be higher. Now, naturally, our mind goes to want to compensate for this, right? I've overeaten. Okay, I'm not going to eat for a week. I'm going to detox. I'm going to restrict. I'm going to skip meals. I'm not going to allow myself anything naughty this week. What happens then is we're going from one extreme to the other. And it's a bit like if you imagine a bobsleigh in the Olympics. Okay, they've oversteered, they've made a mistake on a corner, they've gone up the side and they compensate by going too far the other side. And before we know it, they're out of control. They risk flying off the track or crashing. This is what happens when you're compensating by overeating with overly restricting, because we know you can't keep up that restriction for any length of time. And before you know it, you're going to be overeating again. So you're probably thinking, well, how can I actually lose the holiday weight though if I can't restrict? Now I'm going to share 3 principles with you. You might also be interested in checking out my free Mindset for Weight Loss quiz, because this will give you more personalized guidance on how your mindset is affecting your weight loss and some tips to help you move away from a diet mentality. So let's think about how you actually lose that holiday weight without restricting. Now, I'm in this situation at the moment. I've just got back from a holiday with family in Switzerland and I totally overindulged. I was totally drinking more, eating more, and I also wasn't moving very much because I've got a bit of an injury at the moment. So I knew when I stood on the scales this morning it was going to be heavier, and I wasn't surprised. It was 4 or 5 pounds up. Now, but the way I'm handling this is I'm following 3 principles that I know work because I've seen them work with many, many clients. The first is to remember that actually it's quite normal to gain a couple of pounds of weight on holiday. The second is that any weight gain on the holiday is temporary. It's not going to stay with you unless, of course, you continue that holiday lifestyle forever. And the third most important thing to remember is the best way to lose that holiday weight is to go back to normal. It's not to restrict, it's not to skip meals, it's not to detox, it's to go back to normal. So essentially, we want to stabilize the bobsleigh. So rather than swinging too far the other way, we're going to bring it back to the middle. Now, what do I mean by normal? If I use my example again, normal for me would be go back to eating regular meals, planning in my snacks, eating any types of foods. Nothing's out of bounds, but in moderation. So it might be like an ice cream once every couple of weeks rather than multiple ice creams a day like I have been doing. It's getting back to a regular physical activity routine. And when it comes to the weighing, it's getting back to I never got out of it. It's just continuing my weekly planned weigh and taking the 4-week averages. And it just so happened that my weigh fell on this morning, the day I got back. But it might fall at the weekend, and in which case I wouldn't have weighed this morning. I'd have waited till the weekend. But because I do the weekly planned weighs and 4-week averages, there isn't the same emotion involved. I know that after a few weeks, my weight is going to stabilize again. So this might sound really tough, but it's about trusting the process, because the only way you're going to believe this is if you try it yourself. So I want you to go out there, try it, let me know how you get on. Remember, holidays are normal. Weight gain on holiday is normal and it's okay. Weight gain will only be temporary, and the best way to get that weight off is to just go back to normal and trust the process when you get back. And if you want to learn more about how to decouple your emotions from the scales when you get back, you might find my video about weighing weekly and taking 4-week averages helpful, because in this I explain the framework, why it works, and how to go about shifting your mindset.